Hey, how y'all doing? It's video time, you know.
Alright, so what's up? It's your boy Holy. We're back with another video, and today we're gonna be going over mixing and mastering techniques. Let's get straight to the video. Alright, so I'm gonna mix this track. You guys asked me to mix this track of 17's. I'm gonna link his channel in the description. Go check him out. He's definitely crazy. You guys should go check him out, subscribe, give him some love. So yeah, I'm gonna break down the essentials of what you need to achieve a great mix, and then I'm gonna give you some tips that I personally use to challenge my mixing techniques and to try to take them to the next level. First off, I took all of his mixer channels and reset all of them, put them all to default. I was gonna do stems, but it was making everything act super funny, like super compressed and everything. So I'm just gonna do the FLP. Plus you'll get to see all of the things inside of it anyways. There's a lot in the FLP. But anyways, I'm gonna show you guys what I would do, how I would do it, and I'm gonna explain it as I go. Alright, so what I'm about to do, I'm about to select all of these, right? Change the color, because that's the most important thing real quick. Just because why not? And then I'm going to link them. So your kick should be on mixer track 1, and your 808 should be on mixer track 2. That's how I always do it. And then when you have a kick involved in making a beat, I feel like you should always have a soft clipper on the master, so you get a true feeling of how the kick's going to sound and what adjustments you may need to make. Alright, so let's get straight into it. First thing that we're gonna do, leveling. So you can already hear that the melody needs to be cleaned up a little bit. So we're gonna add a little bit of reverb. Now we're gonna EQ some of those annoying frequencies out. I'm gonna go to low cut brick wall. What this is gonna do is take out those low frequencies. This is really important in mixing, is you need to find out what frequencies sound good by just hovering over them and letting it play and listening. Be like, oh, that sounds nice. All right, boost it a little bit, just a little bit, sometimes more than others. But you also, what more importantly, need to find out what sounds bad and then turn it down. So that way you only have the good sounding frequencies, if that makes sense. We don't want the kick to clip like how hard it was right here. We want it to be right here. It's like that perfect punch to the ears. And we'll pan these out just to make it more stereoized for now. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use these plugins that I have. Well, actually I'll use one of them. Turn the attack up on the snare, and I'm gonna copy it over to the other snare. Oops. So this is it. Without it, I might even, hold up, let me turn it up. Let me see how loud I need to turn it up. Okay, this is the one that needs it. Alright, so I usually turn the 808 down, and then I add this on my 808 every time. These three things. EQ in case I need to. I rarely do, but if the 808 needs it, say it has distortion implemented in it already and I don't want it in there, I usually EQ that out. If it needs a little bit of a boost in some area, then I usually give it a boost. This one sounds like it's... We're gonna take some highs out of this because that joint is cranking. My headphones, I don't ever mix with headphones on. These headphones have a high EQ boost, like it's boosted in the high end, so it's super harsh to me, I usually mix with speakers on, so I might mix it like trash, but I'm gonna mix it on my speakers afterwards. I'm just like kind of test it out to see how I can do. But either way, what I'm telling you still applies. I don't really like that hi-hat. I think this one should be, where's it at? What is this? Get this out of here. Alright, I'm gonna put the Mondo mod on this and turn off the like flinger effect it has on it, just so it can auto pan. There's other plugins for this, but this is a Waves plugin, so if you have the Waves bundle, then you can definitely do this. But I'm gonna turn up the speed or the BPM of it, whatever, and then I'm gonna turn the phaser off. Alright, so we're gonna turn this off and boost up the low end a little bit. Let's EQ this a little bit. Oh yeah. Okay. I forgot he had these. I took the effects off, so I'll try to replicate what they were. For the most part, I think it's mixed. Alright, honestly, I think that's about it. So what you need to take away from what I just did is leveling, and remember that high frequencies appear louder than lower frequencies. You need to make sure to boost good sounding frequencies a little bit and then decrease or take away the bad sounding frequencies always. So low end out of melodies, that's a common one. Just harsh sounding things and like hi-hats if it sounds too harsh. Claps, snares, same thing. Mastering is completely different. There's so many ways to do it. What I think is essential for your master is a soft clipper that I usually put at the top, a compressor of some sort. Mastering is where you get to choose what you want to do. You want to learn with something, get comfortable with it, and then just move on. I would suggest Ozone 8 because they have great presets for literally like everything. When you use the presets, you want to learn like what's actually happening in the presets, and then you'll start to learn and understand Ozone 8, and then you just move on and use these specific plugins yourself and do it all yourself, custom made for every beat instead of using presets. I'm gonna explain what I do before I do it, so that way I don't have to talk and I can actually master correctly, because I'm still gonna need to hear through the speakers, or else I'm not gonna be mastering correctly. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do deductive EQ on the master, right? So whatever I hear that doesn't sound good, I'm gonna take out, and whatever may be needed, I'm gonna boost. But mainly I'm gonna be focused on taking things out. So yeah, let's get into that. It shouldn't take long at all. be doing is imaging. So imaging, this is really important. I didn't learn this till probably like 6 months ago. All right, look, so stereo imaging is basically gonna make the beat sound wider and fuller. Not really fuller, but more wide. And it can make it sound hollow, so you don't wanna overdo it. What you need to know that's really important is your bass should almost always be mono, unless you're going for something different like that. So your 808s and stuff should be mono, so that way it has that sub feel. All right, my camera died. This one's questionable because this is low mids. The blue one is eh. You gotta listen to it and see. So we're gonna listen to it and see. This should be pretty good though. All right, like I said, the blue one's questionable. It didn't sound better with it up, so we're gonna keep it down. Dynamics, this is the compressor basically. This one's hard to explain, but this is gonna make your drums and stuff punch a little bit more and be a little bit louder. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. That's about it. So exciter, this adds distortion of some sort. So this drop down menu controls what kind of distortion it adds or what characteristics it brings to it. So what I stick with is tape for these two because they're higher end, and you make sure you don't overdo it. This is what it sounds like if you overdo it. It's super harsh. So tape brings out the highs a lot. Warm kind of brings out like the mids, higher mids, lower mids-ish area. Yeah, I usually leave these two alone because I already have the bass how I want it with my compressor and with the kick just being the right kick. Sound selection is gonna be a big part as well. This one you don't have to use vintage limiter. It's pretty good, but you don't have to. If you like using a different limiter or something, then you don't have to. So yeah, I'm gonna stick to the one that I usually use. And then people are always like, oh, don't touch your mix after you master. I don't care, bro. If your mix isn't sounding right after you master, all right, you made a mistake. Fix the mix with the master and just move on with your day. You can use whatever you want. There's so many options. The main two, ozone, which is isotope plugins or whatever, and then waves. Go check out those two and try to get their stuff.